Within this lesson, we're going to add some additional functionality that we've started out with in the last lesson, where we added the event listeners. So then we set up a function where we're actually listening for that move, picking up that key that was pressed, and then we're going to do some actions depending on what key was pressed. So there's a few more values here that I want to set up. So I actually want to set up a speed value. And this is going to determine how fast the character is going to move across. So this is something, again, that we want to make dynamic. And all of these variables, whenever you're setting variables, this gives you the ability to change them within the script. And then this is one of the reasons why we like to set so many different variables in the beginning of a game and set those up so that we can have the ability to change any one of these. So within this lesson, we're going to be looking at changing the X, the Y, using the speed, and we're also going to change this direction value. Because again, going back to the image that we're using, so when the Pac-Man's going down, we actually want to change, which way he's facing. And this is one of the good reasons why using an image file like this is because I've got all of the required images right within this one PNG file. So getting back to the movement, so I'm going to do a bunch of conditional statements. So I'm going to do if start at 37 in key click. So this is the this value that we're passing through here within the function, and we want something to happen. So what we want to do if it's 37 is the left key. So we want to actually do player X minus equal, and we're going to do player speed. So that's going to give us that dynamic value. So that should be an equal sign. So this is going to subtract the speed, and then also I want to set the direction. So player pack direction, and so going back to our image, if I'm going by default going right, it's going to be 0. These are all 32 by 32. So 32 is here, so this is going down is 32. So 64 is going left. So I'm going to set that pack direction equals 64. And then I'm going to do this for all the other keys as well. So we've got a number of different keys, and the good thing about the arrow keys is they're all consecutive. So I've got 37, 38. So 38 is actually going to be going up, so it's the up key. So within 38 we have to use the Y coordinate, we have to do speed, and our direction is going to be 96, I believe, from the calculations. Next we want to do 39. So 39 is going to be X, so this is where we had our default initially. So we're just adding it, the player speed, and our direction is going to go back to 0. And then 40 finally is going to be incrementing Y, so going down. So we have to do Y there, change this to a plus, and our direction is going to be the last one there that's available is 32. So just a quick look at this, and we should be good to render this out. So now going back out here, let's see what happens when we touch the arrow keys, and we see that we do have our movement in place. So quite a few things that are coming up in the upcoming lessons. So I do want to have that mouth opening and closing. So that's going to be something that's going to be fairly easy to set. We're going to also have to make sure that we don't go past our limits here of the canvas, so canvas width and canvas height. And when we do pass the limit, I want to set it back to this side, so it's coming out of here. So much like when you're playing Pac-Man, you go off onto the right and you come in from the left. And I'm going to do that as well for the up and down. So when you go down, when you get off screen, you're going to actually be up here and coming down. And then we're going to add in that same functionality for the ghosts as well. Add in a power-up pill or dot, so that we can eat that and chase after some ghosts. So that's all coming up in the next lessons.